Why the hell is it the river? Can anybody tell me?
A dream is like a river. Ever change and has it flows.
Now, is that your Eddie Vedder? Because that's a little...
It's Eddie Vedder doing Garth Brooks.
Eddie, we should have that as Eddie Vedder impersonating other people. Like, hey, Eddie Vedder, tell me, like, I want you to tell me you're Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relation with that woman.
It sounds like we need to record an infomercial and get a time slot at 3:15 a.m. booked to sell our CD because I am down with doing an album like this.
Eddie Vedder, like, doing Gallagher. I'll see here, I got these watermelons and a sledgehammer here today. Oh, yeah.
That's enjoyable.
I'm on board. I'm on board with that idea fully.
Welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter, 1 word leaves, and is crowned champion. Our steely-nerved competitors, a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now it's gloves off, and set your dictionaries to fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here's your host, Mike Suzak.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name is Mike Suzak. On this episode, one of us dies. I'm joined this week by Bob Ball.
Spoiler alert, it's not me. I'm far too important.
Dave Hinkle.
Spoiler alert, it is me because I don't like these guys and hanging out with them makes me want to kill myself.
And Ryan Lewis. As Eddie Vedder, as Ryan Lewis. This is the show where we bring 4 words to you every week. I'm holding up the wrong number of fingers, honestly. And we bring you words that you maybe have heard of before, probably not, because you're probably not that smart if you're listening. You're probably like, oh, I need a lot of help, so I'm going to listen to this podcast about words and definitions. And what we do is we riff on them. We give you, we try and figure this shit out because we don't really know ourselves. And in order to do that, one of us has to start. Last week, we tied, which has only happened 3 times out of like the 13 episodes. So we are going to have to just sort of do a toss-up.
Bob Ball. Make Bob Ball go first.
Bob! I was getting there. Bob, you get first word this week. Please, Bob, tell us, what is your word?
Internet. For starters, I would like to say hello. Good morning, good evening, guten Morgen, guten Tagen, tug your guten.
They don't have any power in this Thunderdome, Bob. Don't you dare appeal to them.
They have all the power. Because last week, the internet won. All of us won. My word this week is transubstantiate. Transubstantiate.
How many S's are in the middle of that? Like, is it trans, T-R-A-N-S, and then S for, or is it trans subs? Man, like, spell it for me. Just spell it. Just spell the fucking word.
There's 2 S's in the middle, but they're in different places.
Okay.
If that kind of clears things up for you, it's TRANS. UBSTANTIATE. Transubstantiate. I think I've pretty much used all the letters this week for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's your Scrabble word for the week.
Way to leave
letters. I was going to say, the way you spelled it, it sounds like it's transubstantiate. I missed the last part of that.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because there isn't the second S for the substantiate, so it just leaves, it has to be transubstantiate. That has to be it.
Transubstantiate.
Transub, you know, it's got like one of those.
Yeah,
it's got one of those weird German things in the middle,
like, no.
over the U. Yeah, an umlaut.
Yeah, you know what? I am writing an umlaut over that because that has to be correct. Okay, I'm kind of separating this out. Ryan, do you have a guess as to what transubstantiate means?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what it means. So during the 80s, it was really hard to impress women. So what a lot of guys would do to really get that to substantiate themselves is they go buy a Trans Am and they get transubstantiated. Here I am.
It's like you got to install a really obnoxious horn too. So it's like it's not enough that you're driving a Trans Am. You got to like beep the really loud dumb horn and catch a honey's eye, you know, in those cut off Jordache jeans. Just like looks over in her pastel like denim shirt and it's just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
You know?
Now, is there a tune that we can put in our Trans Am via the horn that is really going to get some eyes? Right? Like,
yeah,
is there?
I think it's that Day Bout Bout song from Ferris Bueller. So it's just,
Bow, bow.
Bow, bow. Yeah.
Bow, bow.
I like that. I like that a lot. Now, the horn version is not quite as powerful.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
I feel like it needs to be something that has, like, it's less percussive and more melodic, you know, so that way it can be translated to horn speak a little easier.
Well, why don't you just put some Chicago in there? It's like...
Well, yeah, probably, right?
like on your horn? That'd be great. Come on, everyone.
I don't know. I mean, when I think 80s, I always think of Aha's Take on Me. I feel like that's the song that describes the 80s, you know?
Yeah, but I think...
So.
Well, I don't know about that.
Honk, honk, honk. Honk, 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 honk.
My horn can't go that high. Don't do it.
Honk, 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 honk.
And that's my head exploding.
Yeah,
The engine just blows up.
It's like,
on the-
what's the opposite of the brown note? Is the
Don't test my falsetto. Yeah, I really like that a lot. Oh man, I had one before you came up with that. It doesn't even matter anymore. I think that's probably the song. Like, maybe you could mix in the Ferris Bueller, or you could just turn your horn into a radio station.
It just plays different songs.
That would be fucking amazing. Yeah. Okay. So now something about buying a Trans Am is what you went with, but I feel like the horn part is
the key
is the more powerful.
to that Trans Am
that's
substantiation.
That's the chiate at the end, is the horns. Okay, I guess I'll go next. Now, transubstantiate. Bob, you have a lot of, like, some prefix action. You've got some suffix action. You got to really just cut some of these letters out. So when you take out the trans and you take out the E8, or take out the tran, I should say, you have substant, like, you kind of have substance in the middle. So now when you play around with these prefixes and suffixes, it really changes the meaning. So you're transferring something. So transubstantiate is the process by which you transfer substances in an Erlenmeyer flask while you're dressed in HVAC suits, and it's sort of like it's like toxic chemicals, right? So it's transubstantiation, or transubstantiate. To transubstantiate is to transfer chemicals carefully so as not to blow up your town.
Nice. Now, only hazardous chemicals?
Well, I mean, what else? What is it, water or something? I mean, I imagine it's only hazardous.
Could be like toothpaste or something. You know, like you can't transubstantiate that. It's only like super toxic stuff, so you gotta...
Oh, yeah. So maybe it's like getting all the... maybe it's getting all the toothpaste out of a tube.
You gotta transubstantiate it. Yeah. Yeah, that makes...
Like, maybe that's definition
transferring toothpaste from one tube to another.
Well, you started off by saying things that made me think that you were like the janitor in some evil doctor's lair. And then you went to, I guess we're just moving toothpaste.
Well, I mean, maybe it applies differently to different substances. Maybe that's why, like, I try to not get too narrow-minded on these, like, maybe they have... I like to respect words for the definitions that they bring to different things. Like, it's circumstantial. So maybe it's like it applies differently to milk and dairy
it
products.
It can apply to anything.
As opposed to toxic, yeah. But it's different, like it's...
That's when you dairy substantiate something.
It's,
right.
It's totally different.
It's getting the milk out of udders. Duh. Like, of course. That's my take on it. Dave, what's your guess for the definition?
All right, so to me, it's very easy, right? Like, this is Nightcrawler's power, Nightcrawler from the X-Men. Transubstantiate is literally bamfing. It is just like, I'm going to think of a spot, and it's just going to be like, bamf, I disappeared.
Bamf.
And it's like, bamf, and I like come back. Yeah, like, how it's spelled in the comments, like BAMF. It's like, it's just bamf,
Bamf.
like that's...
Bamf.
Because there's like a place in Canada called Banff, with an N.
I think he is.
Kind of like it's like a touristy, like kind of resort place, kind of a ski.
Yes, but all the people born there, they have this ability born with them. They're basically X-Men. It's
So
like,
it's the hometown of Nightcrawler. From the X-Men.
it's Canada's school for gifted Bamfers. Like it's just that's what it is.
Nice.
Okay, so that's what transubstantiate is to get your motherfucking Bamf on.
Bob, what does transubstantiate mean?
Transubstantiate is a verb. It's to cause or to change into another substance, like transform, transmute, like
like an ice going into a solid, like a solid
lead
going
to
into
gold.
You mean like toothpaste?
You know, like well, it's like to transform, like from a robot to a car. You know, like a transformer.
You mean like,
or
like if you're wearing HVAC
water
suits?
into ice.
Well, water into ice.
like
That's whoa, because that's still the same substance.
No, but it's basically it's what Jesus did, right? Like
It is.
Jesus was transubstantiating shit all the time. Like that guy was known for it. And so he was like, "Oh, you got some water? Like, fuck that, man. We're gonna have a drink. Like, let's make some wine." So he touches that shit. That's and that's also really the creepy part that I think it doesn't ever get brought up. But like Jesus, like to do that, he didn't like just touch a container and it just magically turned to wine. Like he had to dip his like whole hand into it. Like he would just put his hand inside of containers, swish it around, and then pull it out, and it's like, all right, now you got some wine, bro.
Wine.
You know, it's not. Wine.
he was actually, little did we know, he was actually Emerald Lagasse when he did that.
Bam. That's the flavor.
Hey, you want some water? Nope. You want some wine? Yeah. Bam.
Yeah.
I'm all down with our Lord and Savior Emerald Lagasse. I'm all about it.
Makes sense.
May Emerald be with you.
Do unto others as Emerald would bamf unto you.
In Emerald's name. Yeah, okay, so just it's very like vague, just turn from one thing into another, right? Bob?
Well, no. You could take actor David Hasselhoff and you would transubstantiate him into sad, drunk, burger-eating David Hasselhoff. I mean, it's not quite the same thing anymore.
So it's like how Pokemon level up, I guess. It's like, you know, a Pikachu transubstantiates into a Raichu, right? Like, is that how it goes? Is that what you're saying?
I defer to you guys on that one. I haven't chosen any of those guys.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dave.
Come on, man. Like, what, did you keep a Pikachu forever? Like, Pikachu's cool, but you gotta level him up to Raichu, man.
Listen, I'm a grown-ass man. If I say Pikachu to anybody, I'm getting arrested.
I have an opinion on this, and I'm withholding it. I'm just withholding it. I'm leaving you out on that.
Geez, man.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Now, are we doing the thing where we do the scenarios later on? Like, we'll do the one felt like we did last week, or should
I don't know. I think we should have a rule where we don't do it on some Poindexter-ass words like transubstantiate.
I completely agree. Fuck your word, Bob. Let's move on. We need someone to go next. I guess I will. I picked a word this week that I really, really like. I feel like I've heard this word a lot before, but again, it's one of those ones where the more I think about it, I'm not totally sure what it means. It is Co-Robbery. Co-Robbery.
Dude, that's when you spawn on your bro co-op style to rob a motherfucking liquor store. Like, your bro's like hits you up on the phone. He's like, "Hey, I'm at 5th and MLK, you know, because that's like where all the liquor stores are." And it's like, you know, come on down and meet me. I'm finna to rob this liquor store. It's like, all right, cool. And then you just like pull up in your Trans Am, you know, looking all fly, catching the 80s honey's eye. And you roll up in and you just rob a motherfucking liquor store.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, I know you didn't call on me, but like that inspiration just struck me.
I think you nailed it.
If you're struck, I want you to roll with it. I think you might. I'm gonna say you might be right. Wink, wink. Means you're wrong, but well, you know.
That just means he's going to call you later from 5th and MLK.
Yeah,
right. That's exactly what.
Got a liquor store in mind already?
Oh yeah.
I not believe what that guy charges
Bob,
for cans.
Bob,
Coke.
Co-Robbery.
Co-Robbery. It's a robbery, which I would not do, but it's when you're co-robbing something. So like you, Mike, are going to rob that liquor store, but then right next door, I'm going to rob this lingerie place.
What? Wait a minute. Can I ask you why you're robbing a lingerie place, Bob?
Oh, I think we'll find out later.
Look, man, it's not about the way he looks; it's the way it feels against his skin. He just likes that. All right, don't judge him.
Like a nice corset, right, Bob? A nice bustier.
Corset.
You got to hold all that stuff in. Keeps the package tight and
So
together.
like Spanx or something.
And if you do it at this time of year, you get all that sexy Christmas stuff. Yeah. Who's been a naughty elf? Oh, I've been a naughty elf.
I just co-robbed this lingerie store.
Wink, wink, and ho, ho, ho.
Fifth and MLK. Here we go. Okay, Ryan, your guess.
Yeah, okay, guys. Picture this. You're at a party. It's a little boring. Got some really shitty music going on. Then all of a sudden, door slams open, and you got Rob Zombie, Rob Schneider, Co-Robbery. And he's like, right?
Oh my God! I hope they have Spuds McKenzie with them. That's the only way that you could set that party.
I know, it's
high.
seriously like goes to 11 right after that, and he just, Schneider's up there, and he's like, Rob Schneider comes in and and then Zombie is just, he's got marbles in his mouth, and he's like, and like, everyone's just going nuts at this point, because...
Yeah. It says, Rob Schneider is a Dragula.
Yeah.
Remember that shitty-ass Dragula song?
That wasn't in like every video game in the 90s. Or
Rob Schneider plus Rob Zombie. I mean, what the fuck? Ooh, Living Dead Girl.
Fumbleitis, the Fumble Brewski, Rob Zombie.
Yeah, I mean, right, like, the opening act is Power Man 5000. And,
You're all set, yeah. And Dana
okay,
Carvey.
I mean, Dana Carvey. It's Power Man 5000, Dana Carvey. See? Man, I like that a lot. You guys all had just great guesses. Here's what corroboree means. First, I should spell it for you guys. I think it's a well-spelled word. Corroboree.
Oh, yeah, the EE.
It's great.
Oh,
it's great
okay.
shit, man. You ended on that EE, it's like nothing else.
Like a seventh grade girl.
It's like...
That's awesome.
Right, yeah, it's like if you know a chick named Ashley,
2 E's.
and she ends her name with 2 E's. It's like her name is winking at you. It's just like the extra cute.
Yeah.
You know that she fucking signs it She doesn't even have an I to dot, and she's still fucking signing it with a heart on the end.
And like rappers love words like that end in E's, like that kind of sound, because they can just rhyme so much stuff off of it. So, like, think about what you're doing in your daily life. Like, you want to use words that help rappers out, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't they have it hard enough, guys?
It really makes me just want to get rid of the Y from the English language. I mean, you're talking about a burglary, like with 2 E's at the end? Ooh. It becomes a much more adorable burglary.
That really dresses it up a lot more.
Think that would bring it down from felony to misdemeanor?
Yeah, you only get 4 years for that instead of 10 to 15.
Yeah.
And you get like a trapper keeper or something.
Aw, that's a really cute burglary.
Your Honor, it was a co-robbery with 2 E's.
It's so cute.
And besides, they are the ones who robbed the liquor store.
This is true.
I only want to feel pretty.
Now, corroboree's definition. There's a couple things we need to go over here. The first definition on Sexy Merriam-Webster is a nocturnal festivity with songs and symbolic dances by which the Australian Aborigines celebrate events of importance. The second definition on there says a noisy festivity. Now, when you look at the thesaurus side of things, it says a state of noisy, confused activity. So there's... you get the celebration, you get noisy, confused activity. And that's the reason why I was drawn in, because of that, which was a simple definition on the thesaurus page. But otherwise, nocturnal festivity with songs and symbolic dances.
Rob Schneider and Rob Zombie.
Rob Schneider, and you were one of the closest. Yeah. I mean, Living Dead Girl plus Rob Schneider is kind of like this crazy mix that has to be noisy, and it has to be happening at night.
It's definitely confusing.
Because Rob Zombie doesn't come out during the day.
End of the year 2013 Co-Robbery with Rob Zombie and Rob Schneider. Opening Power Man 5000 and Dana Carvey.
So that's corroboree, and Bob, you had transubstantiate. We're hitting that halfway point of the show, halftime. We need to figure out some scenario thing. Do you have any ideas here at all, Bob, as co-owners of the first 2 words?
So I think that we need to set the scene. Mm-hmm. It's a loud party. it just happens to be that Rob Zombie and Rob Schneider are on stage. We don't know why.
Right.
But we are trying to change lead to gold.
Okay.
And
some motherfuckers are going to try to steal the gold, I guess.
Sure. But they can't steal it yet because we're not done.
It's still transubstantiated. Okay.
This is the worst.
So,
this is the fucking worst. Have fun with that, Dave and Ryan, I'm sure, right?
Well, look, I'm going to be honest. I may not have been paying attention for like the last 3 minutes and just
Go
reading
with it.
Twitter.
I don't give a fuck. Just do it.
So I don't have any idea what's happening right now. I heard turning lead into gold.
That's what they're doing. We need to steal it because we're thieves and we're co-robbering. Let's go get this gold, man. It's not quite gold yet.
Well, I mean, hold on. First of all, before you thieve anything, before you commit an act of thievery, we need to go over like our stuff. You know, like I've got on the black turtleneck, black gloves, a pencil-thin mustache. You know, I've got the black hat on, a stocking. Like, I mean, do these shoes look all right? I mean, am I going to be making squeaky noises when I'm like walking around like a cat?
Dude, bro, you're looking great. It's almost done. It's almost gold right here. It's almost there. It's not quite there, and I want to get up there for this final Rob Zombie song. It's gonna be legit, so we got to get up there and get it. Come on, let's go.
So, do I have to like boost you up? Are we in an
I've
elevator
got this
shaft?
ladder right here. I don't know where we're gonna stick it against, but we gotta go do it, man. Come on, quick! It's gonna be gold. We gotta go.
All right. Click, clack.
Hey,
click,
two
clack,
things,
click,
guys.
clack.
One, you are yelling super loud over this Rob Zombie concert so I can hear what you're doing. And two, it doesn't matter that you're dressed in black. The only thing missing from this party is eyeliner on you guys, and then you'll look like the rest of us.
Damn it! I knew that was the last thing I needed to set this outfit
Your shoes look
on fire.
great, though.
Thanks.
Do you think this guy's gonna notice us? I know he's talking to us, but come on, dude, it's almost gold. I can almost smell it. It's gold.
I'm wondering if I'm ever gonna wake up from this nightmare-scape of a scenario that I found myself in.
I feel like we just
Are
hung
you
you
trying
guys
to
out
say
to
this is
dry.
like the Hindenburg
Fuck
of-
him and fuck him. Like, we're gonna just
Oh, hey,
dance.
how do you know what I was talking about there? I was still in character, buddy. You know?
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I wasn't. I really wasn't.
No, you weren't. Okay, well that's good. We really wasted
Dave's like, I
everyone's
actually
time
never
with
was in character. I'm gonna go rob this bank, though.
Is there anything we can do to save this? I'm thinking probably
Hold on,
not.
Bob. You gotta put in like a nice little song from Rob Zombie. Don't worry about copyright material, and then have Rod Schneider like doing some spoken word over it.
Excuse me. I think I see a girl in the corner cutting herself.
Can you
Done.
Okay, good. Thank God. Okay, Bob, you go. Yeah, we'll do our escalator pitches quick. Bob, your escalator pitch for transubstantiate, please.
Transubstantiate. You should really feel this in your heart. And man, I'm not even behind this word. Fuck this. I'm out.
Man, someone
Getting off this escalator.
phoned it in big. He's literally walking down the up escalator right now.
Oh, that's great.
Getting
This is
in
going to take me forever.
getting in everyone's way. No, wait, I made a mistake. It's down on this level. Okay, my word, co-robbery. It's spelled great. It's spelled really cute, but it's a misleading word, you know, because it's noisy. You don't expect it to be noisy, and it's Festivus. And I don't think that's. And I mean, you can rob things by yourself, and that's boring, and you're going to do a lot of time. But if you co-robbery, you can do that with someone else, and you can enjoy that together and share that experience together at a Rob Zombie / Rob Schneider concert. And that's really what Word Rango's all about. So, Co-Robbery 2016. That's it. Dave, I want your word this week.
All right, my word is pretty odd. All right, cerament.
Cerament?
Wait, cerament?
Cerament. Yes, cerament.
Cerament. Is that like a type? Did you take that off of a Wrigley's pack or something?
No. But I mean, you would say it like basically like, oh, I got a fat ass piece of tuna. I'm gonna sear it up pretty nice, like sear, and then like mint. You know, like give me a mint julep, Reginald. You know, and that's the second half of that word. So
Sear mint? Sear mint or sear mint?
There are a bunch of E's in there, so I don't know, but Sexy
Wait,
Merriam-Webster
hold on. Can you
says
spell
cerament
this?
to me.
Can you
Yes.
spell this, please?
All right, it is CEREMENT.
C-E-R-E?
Yeah, but you don't pronounce the C like the hard K sound. It's an S, man. It's
Okay.
smooth.
C-E-R-E-M-E-N-T.
Yep.
I have...
Is your word cement?
No, it's not cement.
Cement.
You gotta pour this wet spearmint.
Yes, my word comes from a weird fucked up captcha this week for cement.
You got your word from a captcha?
No, it was a joke.
That's
dummy.
genius.
Yeah. No, it is
Sorry.
cerement. It is cerement. It is a legitimate
man.
word that has a meaning.
Or it will when I make it up in 30 seconds.
I have had to write this and cross it out so many times. Yeah. Well, Bob, can you go first? What do you think cerament means?
Well, cerament is either a degradation of the word Sierra Mist.
It's like a knockoff brand, like a rip-off brand for Sierra Mist.
It's a knockoff of Sierra Kumist.
Or it might be... you're all just stalling for time by throwing me under the bus.
Yes, I am.
Bob's not going to win this week.
But you're doing a great job, Bob.
You're doing
a great
good.
job. Keep it up.
Cerament. I'm going to go for it's a syrup made out of the minty leftovers of David Hasselhoff after Burger Night.
We're really pounding on David Hasselhoff.
We're really like relevant for that 2010 episode of David Hasselhoff's.
Or 2006 or
I
whatever.
thought everyone
whatever the hell
forgot
it is.
about it. No, I'm gonna eat this burger again. What's this dripping off of me?
No, that's very close though, Bob. Very close. And by close, I mean so not close at all.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, I'll go next. Now, have you guys had the sort of like cement shakes at like a Dairy Queen or like at like a McDonald's, whatever those things are called, where they put like chunks of like candy and stuff?
Yeah, like a
and mix
triple
it together?
cookie dough gut buster supreme.
Exactly,
You know,
something like that.
venti.
Now I'm thinking cerament is one of those, except when you throw that RE in the middle of the word, it's perfect, because when you think about how that's mixed together, what you're doing is I'm on this prefix kick, you're taking a prefix and mixing it into the word. So really what it means is that you're taking those and you're mixing it again, in a sense. But that's so much more boring than what I'm sure this word means, right? I mean, you're just is that not shake like mixing? Oh, it's never mixed enough, let me get that again for you. That's just like, okay, well, that's boring as fuck. I mean, I don't know where else this goes. I mean, you're maybe mixing it up like mad scientist style by taking like pencil shavings and like, I mean,
Trying to
jelly bean
electrocute it.
pencil shaving. Yeah, like, I mean, you got to do something. Fuck. Ryan, what do you think this means?
Yeah, Dave, congrats.
Yo.
So, probably what this word means, I think it was back in like the 1960s when Wrigley's got together, they got their brain trust together, and they were trying to think of new flavors for gums. And a lot of them were like, you know what does the working man want? What does the guy on the street want? What he's doing construction, he wants cement. And they're like, no, but we got to spice it up. How about we combine it with some spearmint? So you got cerament flavored gum, and it actually left the majority of the populace and the people testing it edentulous.
So nice callback. I actually think it would be better like if it was actually like cereal flavors and mint. So it's like, oh hey, what I miss when I'm not eating a bowl of like Kix is like Kix gum. Like give me a Kix flavor or like honey golden graham gum mixed with mint. Like every single one is mixed with mint for some reason.
Kind of gross.
But yeah,
Bran and mint.
that's
Start your morning off right.
yeah. Grape nuts and mint. There you go.
Oh, no one needs to eat grape nuts ever. I tried eating grape nuts a long time. I'm like, this doesn't taste like grape or kind of like nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even good nuts.
Talk about something that leaves you edentulous, though, man. That shit destroys your teeth.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, that's like one of those things you eat like to annoy one of your roommates or something like that. You're like, oh, gonna have some grape nuts. They're like,
I like it as like a joke product. Like it's something that's sustained like 20 years because the only time people buy it is just to like be a dick to somebody else.
Right.
But that's enough of a business to keep them afloat, I guess.
Or maybe it works really well as like packing material or something, and it's just cheaper.
Or it's like cheaper cat litter. Like if you can't afford cat litter, just buy a box of grape nuts.
Grape
throw
nuts.
it in the bin.
Is there something we can do to make grape nuts edible or even cool?
I just dumped a ton of sugar on it when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I think if you completely change the product from what it is, then yes, that's the only option.
have to
Really,
let
is
it-
to completely change its DNA.
Sit in milk for like 4 or 5 days. Then it just becomes.
It's like beans. It's like a bag of beans. You gotta like put it
Right.
in milk overnight, put it in your fridge, and then you can eat it the next
There's
day.
some guy at like Post or whoever makes that, and they're just like, "Oh shit, you guys haven't been soaking this in milk? This must be terrible for you. Not put that on the box."
Man, I mean, I can't imagine what else. You can't make bars out of it. That would just be fucking horrible. It'd be bricks. And maybe that's the point. Maybe it like mixes really well to make some sort of cement-like product.
Like,
And you put a little mint in there so it smells good.
Cerament.
Serum.
It's actually grape nuts this whole time.
damn.
Is that the definition of cerament,
Cookie crisp.
Dave?
No, the definition of cerament is a shroud for the dead. It is it's cinnamon. Cinnamon. It's cinnamon. It smells like cinnamon.
And Helen, you smell
Its
delicious.
synonym is ceracloth, which is a cloth treated with melted wax or gummy matter and formerly used especially for wrapping a dead body. So basically, cerament is just like special death clothes. So it's like, you know how like Mormons have, you know, their magic underwear and shit for when they're alive to like ward off demons and thetans or whatever. Like when you find a dead body, like you're just some kid like walking on the train tracks and it's like a Stephen King novel and you find a dead body, it's like, oh, you know, what's our first responsibility? It's like we gotta get ourselves a cerament. We gotta find some kind of shroud, whether it's like a pile of leaves or it's like, you know, toilet paper or just like a trash bag. Like
Grape
So
nuts.
it's something right after it's
grape nuts.
It's grape nuts. Something. So now, is it something right after someone dies that you discover them, and that's when you cover the body? Is that what
yeah,
you're
like
saying?
it's post life. Like it's definitely they're dead. They've been dead for X amount of time.
Well, right. Grape
and
nuts
it's
is
like
definitely not as good as life, especially not cinnamon.
Oh, cinnamon life. Oh shit.
oh, that is very good. Yeah, so it's definitely like, you know, homie's dead. What are we going to do about him? Well, we're going to like bury him or cremate him or whatever. It's like, okay, well, what's like the vessel between here and there? Like, what are we going to kind of put him in, you know? And that's a shroud for the dead called a
Now,
cerament.
are you aware that our Halloween episode was like a couple weeks ago?
Christmas is coming, dude. What's going on? It's so morbid.
I'm a rebel. What can I say?
Very macabre.
Apparently, yes, damn. I mean, it's like I'm impressed when others remember these words because I don't. I need to like.
It's a mad good word though. Like, I mean, when I was hunting around for words this week, I saw this thing
Cerament.
and I was like, holy shit, I gotta talk about a shroud for the dead body, you know? Because it's like, how do you want to go, right? Like, how do you? I mean, that's one of the most important decisions every human being has to make. Is like, hey, man,
What are you gonna
kind
be
of cerament
covered
you're
with?
gonna go out? Yeah, what are you gonna be covered in?
Grape nuts,
Now,
life.
see,
Cookie
Dave,
crisp.
I knew you'd get around to something useful for us, something that could make us money. Why does anybody want to fucking spend money on their caskets?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It's the big wooden box. It's, you know, whatever. I mean, it's for everybody else to look at, for you to lay in. I don't know, but the shroud is much more close and personal. Can we come up with designs with things that would really stand out as ceraments for people?
Oh hell yeah, dude! Like, I mean, if you're into Star Wars, like we can make an old man Kenobi
Paint the
kind of
tracks.
cerament for you to
Oh,
get.
dude, I got a sweet R2D2 cerament.
Shit, dog. That,
when I
that guy
pass.
died right.
Yeah. Like a little race car bed that we lay your dead carcass into, and then we just throw it in the ground. Yeah,
Right,
no, I
right.
think there are a lot of like avenues of exploration here that can make us
Right,
a
I
bunch
mean-
of money.
Yeah.
We could go to college campuses and sell like Family Guy themed ones, and
That's great.
Yep, absolutely.
Chevron's
You know.
really hot right now.
I think if we're going to college campuses, we're not so much selling ceraments as we are just selling like sleepwear.
In case you die.
But we're just selling pajamas.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically they are. They're pajamas for death.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to put it. Yeah, pajamas for death.
Hey, you got your death jammies?
Death Jam. It's like Def Jam, except Def Jam, Death Jammies, right?
Oh, that's great.
I could so get behind that.
God, fucking Bill Bellamy's up in there. Okay. We need your word this week.
Well, I aim to please you guys, so I really brought it this week. My word.
Unlike all the rest of us.
Yeah, well, it's debatable. So my word this week is interrobang.
Interrobang. Oh, I know what that is.
Interrobang.
Interrobang. Oh, wow. INTERROBANG.
Bang. Yeah.
Yep. It starts with an interrogation and it ends with a fuck.
Now that's kind of where I had a feeling this was going.
Mm-hmm. It's
when
like
yeah.
It's like badgering a witness, right? Like that's just like screaming at him. So it's like, what's the next like possible thing from there as you climb the bases, like and just sexually assault this person in a loaded courturroom.
Where were you the night of January 25th? And take off your pants. It's coming.
January 25th is next week. Yeah, what are you doing that night?
Interrobang.
Interrobang. Man, the bang. Dave, what's your guess for interrobang?
All right, well, I guess I'll look smart, but interrobang is that weird symbol that's a mixture of a question mark and an exclamation point. And I don't know what purpose it serves in language, but that is what it is.
Okay. Ryan, don't confirm that he's correct just yet.
Oh, I won't. Interrobang.
Interrobang. Bob, do you have a guess as to interrobang?
I do. I know what this is. I'm glad you called on me. Interrobang is that time during the day when it really has nothing to do with either one of those parts of the word interro or bang.
Oh, okay.
It's that time of the day, that lull in the day where you are so bored you are willing to do just about anything. So you sneak into your boss's office and you slowly open up the drawer and then you slam it back shut.
Interrobang.
Why would you do that?
Now you're bored out of your gourd.
I guess.
Do anything.
Just need something to feel alive,
This phone on my desk is not ringing at all. No one is calling me for any paper orders. I have got to do something or I'm going to lose my sanity. So you sneak into your boss's office. You open up that door. He's probably like asleep on his desk, like drooling onto his blotter. And you open it up just wide enough. And because you've done this so many times, you don't want to do it with your hand anymore. You cock up one foot and you put that foot against the drawer because you really want to get the sound out of this, and then you just wait for him to start.
Comment tarot.
It's like, oh, hi, Craig. Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Okay.
I like the idea of somebody doing it, like your boss is a police chief and he's got a gun, and like the second you do that, he just starts wildly firing in every direction.
Johnson!
Okay. That's an interesting guess. For me, interrobang. I also think that it's a sneaky, not really related to interrogation or banging as you might suspect when you first see it. My guess is, and this is pretty specific because I need to finally get specific on my definitions. I try to cover all my bases so that way I'm always right, and that just doesn't work. So interrobang is that moment in which you need to go to the bathroom so badly, but you are within 1 mile of an appropriate restroom to go to. 1 mile. Can't be any more than it's not an interrobang.
Oh, shit.
You're within 1 mile, and you have to rush, but you have to do it without raising any sort of like suspicion or looking weird. So it's like you're power walking, but you're sort of looking around all shiftily. This happened to me once not that long ago. And I was like so close to home too. And I made it, but I was I'm not even lying about it. I was contemplating shitting in a bush at a car dealership. At a car dealership off the side of a 6-lane highway. So I mean, like, not like it's not busy or anything. Interrobang is, it's that moment in which you're like, gotta go. One or two, I mean, it could be either. And you're just so close. And I say appropriate restroom because it's not like being in a subdivision or something counts if you don't know anybody that lives there, right? It's not like you're going to go knock on someone's door and say, excuse me, you don't know me. I need to use your bathroom.
Destroy your bathroom.
No one really does that. So we're just going to say within reason, and that's why the 1 mile also counts, because then it's that moment of you're near enough that you're like, I can get there, right? That's the thought that has to come in your head is, I'm so close. I got to hold it.
So really, you are within 5 minutes of being able to do a number 1 or number 2.
Yes.
But you've really only got 4 minutes worth of rope.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. It's that moment of like, it's like you're
the interrobang.
It's like you're the evil Knievel of your bowels. Like you're like, oh, I might not make it, but I'm gonna try. You know.
So it's like 1960s Batman has the bomb over his head,
Yes.
trying to throw it anywhere.
Yes.
It's like, oh, ducks, oh, nuns, I gotta poop, oh god.
That is exactly correct. Thank you.
They cut that out of the original Batman, I think. There was a big part where he like has his bomb over his head. He's like, "Oh shit, ducks, nuns! Man, I really got to poop." Also, I have this bomb over my head.
I saw the extended cut.
That's pretty right.
Okay, so that's my guess. Interrobang. Ryan, what does it mean?
Well, I think Dave got it pretty close, if not dead on. The interrobang, also known as the interrobang, we don't want to neglect the ladies. Often represented by a question mark and an exclamation point combined, is a non-standard punctuation mark used in various written languages and intended to combine the functions of the question mark and the exclamation point. And it's known in printers and programmers jargon as the bang. So
I like that.
This thing's fucking awesome, man. Like I don't think I've ever seen it written before, because usually people will put an exclamation point and a question mark. Somebody somewhere down, like I think it said in the 60s, just said, fuck that, man. Just combine the two. Slide that exclamation point right underneath that question mark. Interrobang!
Now, I mean, I think it goes without saying, all of us would like to see it used more,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, it seems like a fucking awesome punctuation mark that we would want to make more use of.
I mean, how often are you in a situation where you want to use a forceful question? Like, do I need to use the bathroom? Interrobang!
Every time I ask a question.
It has an exclamation point.
Do you have any idea where the show is going?
No. But we need to carry on to our scenarios.
Jeez.
For these two words. So for cerement and interrobang, which is a very interesting pairing. Because I forgot what cerement means.
Death jams, dude. Death jammies.
Yeah, death jammies.
Dave, yeah, now I remember. Dave and Ryan, combine your brain power to figure some shit out for us.
All right.
Well, I defer to Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan can come up with the scenario.
All right. This was actually, so it's the last season of Murder, She Wrote. And you're a writer on Murder, She Wrote, and Angela Lansbury's breathing down your neck. And she's like, you know what? She's trying to solve a murder of a guy, and he has a really strange cerement that he was put in. And you're interrogating the townspeople. So, Mike, you're basically the interrogator, the interrobanger of basically all the people who are suspects. Bob, you are the key suspect, and Dave, you are the dead guy who got put in the cerement, narrating this whole thing.
Okay. It was a cold winter morning when I woke up dead. Angela Lansbury, that lady who's like all about writing about murder and stuff, sent her friend, her pal, her confidant, to figure out who made the murder on me.
Who dropped the clap on?
Who murdered this guy? Hey, you!
Do you think I murdered this guy?
Do you know who murdered this guy?
I don't think I murdered this guy.
Well, I have no idea who murdered this guy.
I would remember something like that, wouldn't I?
Now, what's with the shroud he's in?
The people here were passionate. They really wanted to find out who made the murder on me. And I wanted to find out too, because, I mean, I want to know that kind of stuff before I go on.
Do you think I would murder this guy just because he's wearing an R2-D2 shroud?
Do you have something against R2-D2?
They were getting closer and closer as they were asking each other excited questions. Their mouths were moist and and spittle was flying out in a suggestive manner that screamed that these two men were moments away from just
Interrobanging.
full on making out. Interrobanging, yes. Interrobanging.
Do you know who this man is?
Are you implying I would do something just because I know who he is?
Well, do you?
Okay, Scoob.
Well, do you?
Angela Lansbury's best friend was Tim Allen, actually. He spoke in a grunty voice, elevating his pitch with each passing word.
Jeez. All right, we'll never know who killed Dave.
Oh, I'm never going to find my killer, you guys.
I have no fucking clue. I don't know.
You guys interrobang the shit out of each other. That was great.
Man. Someday we're gonna do scenarios that, man, just you guys wait. It's a good thing this is our first episode.
I know, ever.
Dave, I'd like for you to give us your escalator pitch for Ceriment.
All right, so, what have you been doing with the dead bodies in your life? You just like throwing them down a storm drain, or like just rolling them down a hill and just being like, clap my hands, I'm done, walk away, I'm done with it. Have more respect for the dead. We need to know Ceriment as a cultural touchstone exists. It's the one thing that binds us together is these shrouds for our dead bodies. And, the more we spread that idea, the more we share that, and the more respect we make for our dead, have for our dead, the better we become. And we evolve as people. We go from that Pikachu to that Raichu. And that's really what we want. It's what we want. And Ceriment's going to take us there. So I think we're all better for knowing it, and death jammies for life.
Okay.
So inside of your elevator pitch, you referenced transubstantiate, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, it's a good word, man. I'm not sure where I did that. I don't really remember saying it, but
You go from Pikachu to Raichu.
Oh yeah.
And I had already given up on my word, but I'm glad you haven't given up on my word,
I'll never
Dave.
give up on you,
I'm
Bob
glad
Ball.
you haven't given up on
I
me.
will never give up on you.
Wow. Well, fuck both of you.
Hey, do you want to go somewhere and interrobang each other?
Oh, that's hot.
I'm going to interrobang that booty hardcore, buddy. So let's do it.
What the hell? You guys know we're not doing a scenario, so like, Ryan, interrobang me, please.
Yeah, shit. I don't think you guys realize how awesome this word is, because, the last time a piece of punctuation where two pieces of punctuation were smashed together to make a punctuation was like back in like the 1200s when they invented the semicolon. But in the 60s, the 1960s, in our era, they fucking said, you know what? Put that question mark, put that exclamation point right inside of that question mark, and interrobang the shit out of people. Seriously, like, I know in your guys' day-to-day lives, you have questions and you want answers. So you gotta interrobang that shit. This thing's awesome, dude. Like, do some like nice sans serif, or like Times New Roman, on there. Like, yeah, like on the interrobang. It's awesome. And it's also has just for the ladies out there, it's also got interrobang to have the feminine A in place of the masculine RRO.
Right. I like how you sounded like a robot when you said it, though. Interrobang. Would you like me to interrobang you? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was going for that. No, I nailed it. I nailed it?
I nailed it?
Yeah, dude, seriously, like, Gilbert Gottfried, like, made his living on interrobanging people, dude. Like, this thing is speaking choice.
That and Hawken Insurance.
Did he?
Okay.
Did he? Quack! Quack!
Man, I don't know. Okay, interrobang, cerament, spearmint, good stuff. Okay, we need to get to the part of the show, which is the end, and get our figure out who won. Unlike last week when no one won, I have a good feeling someone's gonna win this week because someone has to, right?
I don't know.
I'll go first. I will say that I have to pick between transubstantiate, cerament, and interrobang. I got to go with interrobang because it's a fucking great word. It's a even better symbol. I mean, how often is it that you get a symbol and you know that there's a word for that symbol and the word matches how awesome that symbol is, right? I mean, it's kind of like, okay, exclamation mark, that's pretty solid. Colon, nah, no. Period, nah. Comma, no. Interrobang, though, is fucking great all the way around. So, and I agree that it should be definitely used more. It should have its own key on the keyboard, and it doesn't, and that pisses me off. So yeah, I have to pick interrobang. Ryan, you have to pick between transubstantiate, corroboree, and cerament.
It's a difficult one. But, dude, I have to pick corroboree, mainly because of the 2 E's, because that shit's awesome. It's very rare to find a word, that has such a cute spelling.
It does.
It's awesome.
It really does. All right, that's one for me. Dave, you have to pick between transubstantiate, cerament, transubstantiate, corroboree, and interrobang.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, interrobang is pretty good. I want to go for that, but I feel like some of its appeal, like some of its luster is lost because I knew right away what it was. But no, I think I got to go interrobang. I like to give like a nonsensical monologue before I totally pick the thing.
I would pick interrobang, but I'm gonna pick interrobang.
I'm gonna totally pick interrobang.
Okay, and Bob, that leaves it up to you. Corroboree, cerament, and interrobang.
Excellent. I can throw a spanner in the works right here. So
much authority.
I typically would argue that I should vote for my own word, but I can't even in good conscience vote for transubstantiate. So let's mark that off the list. Cerament. I like the idea of Def Jammies, but no.
We didn't go after Def Jammies enough. I want to just say we could have hit that so much harder. It would have been great. Man, we got to come up with some Def Jammies in like after this episode, and everybody at home needs to help us on that.
Let's kickstart it.
Just throwing that out there. Yeah, we need to kickstart it.
So it's either interrobang or corroboree. And I had no idea that an exclamation point and a question mark, when they had sweet, sweet relations with each other, had a baby, and it looked like an interrobang. So, yeah, I got to go interrobang.
All right. Well, that means we do have a winner this week, and it is Ryan.
Is it?
With interrobang. Yes, it is. Interrobang is our word of the week. Word to the wise. Interrobang the shit out of everything. And in order to do that, to do it well, you got to get in touch with us. We'll help you along the way. Bob, how do people do that?
Oh, friends, do you know how to get in touch with us? Well, first, you could check the Twitters at twitter.com/wordrango, where last week we told you that we were looking for 4-letter tweets, tetragrams, and we had some interesting candidates.
Tetragram! No!
Obo Crazy told us that oboe indeed is a tetragram, and you are correct. Ding! So we have, I've got the best 3 here.
Okay.
One is from Seven Ravis. I'm sure it's Travis, but I'm going to go with Seven Ravis.
Okay.
Seven Ravis.
Whose tweet was, "Fuck," John said, "wild poop near that hobo." Jane says, "Away from here fast." They fled west. Cars, jump. They both gone.
Wow, that's really impressive. Holy crap.
It's like it's a mystery wrapped in there, and oh man. I feel like, okay, both John and Jane were having to get away. They were trying to flee, right?
The wild poop?
They were... Well, yeah, but we had the wild poop, but John and Jane were co-robberying.
I don't know.
Totally
I
makes
don't know
sense.
about that.
Seven Ravis knew what was going on this week before we
I
did.
ruled it.
Also, Obo Crazy said, Obo here. Next time at Word Rango, which that part's not a tetragram, we'll have some more cool crap. They play nice with your iPod. Grin with them each week.
Wow. Man,
Ooh,
Nice.
It's nice. Yeah.
these guys are nailing it. There's no way in hell I could come up with this shit.
That's really good.
That's why we told them to do it.
Outsourcing, always helping America.
Also, James Taylor _87 said, time will stop only when Dave gets some wild poop.
I assume that's the James Taylor singer-songwriter. And he's like,
yeah.
down in Mexico, I hope Dave gets some wild poop. Thanks, James Taylor. I enjoy it. My mom enjoys your catalog.
But I really think Seven Ravis nailed it.
I think Seven
all
Ravis.
did.
I mean, they were all great, but Seven Ravis, I feel like, really told us a story using only 4-letter words, which I know I'm not capable of doing.
Yeah, but has he ever won a Grammy?
I don't know. Your story would just be a little different with 4-letter words.
It's true. Fuck, shit, fuck.
You're right.
We've got the Twitters. Also giving us some love was Obo Crazy, John Perry, the Richard M, Seven Ravis, James Taylor _87. You can
Also,
get us
Obo
on the...
Crazy, also the Richard M, also James Taylor 87. Like, I like that we're just going to say the same 6 of you guys over and over again. Thank you all. We love you all.
Hey, we love you. Also, James Taylor _87 said he's got some podcasts to catch up on. We were one of them.
Yeah? Good.
He listens to Mac Power Users and Freakonomics. It sounds like he listens to my whole list of stuff I listen to.
I would just say re-download the entire catalog again, because every time you download an episode, that's equals 1 boner pill for me. So I need them boner pills. So
Do you need any more boner pills is what I'm wondering.
well, I mean, it's the fickle nature of a boner is
how quickly do you get rid of how quickly do you go through a pack of 30?
He's in the ER every night.
yeah. I mean, the only way to get it down safely without going to the ER is I have to sneak into my boss's office, open up a drawer, put it in the drawer, slam it shut, be like, "Hey, I got a question for you." So, yeah.
That's useful.
Yeah, sorry, Bob. Totally derailed that.
Bob,
what
we
about
also
Facebook?
We also have the Facebooks.
Oh, the Facebook. Facebook.com/WordRango, where we post not just funny stuff from us, but funny stuff from other places, too. Also, you can get us on the iTunes at iTunes.com. Is that what it is? No, it's bit.ly/WordRango. That'll take you right to our iTunes page-ola. You can also get us on the Stitchers. And if you go to YouTube and you search for Word Rango, or if you go to bit.ly/Dear Melinda, you will get a fun video on our new video channels over at the YouTubes.
and that's huge. We're trying to capture the YouTube audience a little bit.
It's called CAPTCHA.
We're trying to capture the YouTube audience. We could go into business with CAPTCHAs, by the way. I think we could nail that. Yeah.
Dave can.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll
we're
be the
trying to-
audio for every word. Whatever the word is, you hit the audio clue. It'll just be me drunkenly slurring whatever the word is.
Water.
well, that didn't help at all.
Shit, what word is he saying?
Yeah, but what we're trying to do is these clips of the show to try and introduce more people to what we do here. And if you see them and you're like, oh shit, that was really funny, I really like that, and the video part of it goes really well with it, especially, I mean, Bob busts his ass on some of these things, and thank you, Bob, for doing that. So if you guys check it out, if you find the time, share the video stuff, share that stuff, because it helps us a ton. And when it comes to iTunes, subscribe to the show, rate it 5 stars. I mean, we bring this up every week because it really does help us that much. And so being able to do the rating and to do the sharing, it really, really just works wonders for us. So we can get this into more hands, and we can get more people learned. And, I mean, how else are we supposed to bring interrobangs back to where they should be?
Yeah.
You know, how else are we going to do it other than sharing the hell out of this and get people to realize how important they are?
I always think of the ending of Higher Learning, and like, you think of that movie, which is about a college and a great divide between white and black students
Money
and stuff.
and the power,
it's like
power and the money. Minute after minute.
so like. What would have helped all them out is if they had like one comedy podcast they could all listen to together and like be friends. That would like unite them and it would bridge the cultural divide. And that's really all we're trying to do here is we're just trying to be better people and have a better life in this world and leave behind a better world for our youngins. So
I think of not the ending, but maybe the middle of High School High. I think that's probably more.
Yeah, probably more appropriate. Sure. Death Comedy Jams.
Yep.
Bill Bellamy.
John Lovitz.
Yeah.
God, good stuff. And that basically does it. Congrats, Ryan, on your word and whatever. And that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Tune in next week. We'll have 4 more brilliant words to impress your friends with. This is Word Rango. Bye.
We're going to have more words, are we?
What?
Wait, it's over?
You think we're doing this again?
Do 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 do.
Honk, 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 honk.
Do 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 do.
Honk, 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 honk.
Man, I can't believe I still remember the goddamn song, The Home Improvement.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah, I should get that out of my brain and get something else in there.
Honk, 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 honk.
Terabang?